Let's see. All right, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Lord Jesus, he is a miracle. Praise his name.
It's all good. I
So,
agree.
coming on
I
under.
usual.
Well, okay, where were we? Let's get back to the groove because it's no. Actually, let's do this. Let's just go ahead and tell me if you can hear this.
First off, how you feeling? How you living? What's
Um,
going on?
I'm doing good.
Good. Thank you for having
We
me.
will return it to you as soon as you are grouped.
You're welcome. Always welcome. Always welcome. The doctor they put me on medication, and I took two.
Okay.
So, but can you hear this? Let me see, because
You
it's
taking
8:07 when
it
I
easy though.
Good
yeah.
evening.
Can you hear
Do
this?
not attempt to adjust your
Yes.
radio. There is nothing wrong. We have taken control as to bring you this special show. We will return it to you as soon as you are grouped. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a strong rhyme to step to. Think of how many weeks shows just left through. Time
Okay.
up. I'm sorry I kept you. Hey, what's going on, y'all? This Pops. I just wanted to pop in real quick. Hey, play on words. Pops and Pops Jams. You know, coming up, we got Pops perspective. Let's tell you what it is, say you what it ain't. Giving you the real, we don't never know it. Life is a gift, but sometimes you need guidance.
Lost you again. Okay, you're back.
You don't want to miss. Don't meet me there. Perspective, Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And there we go. That's the intro. Welcome to Pop's Gems, Pop's Perspective. It's good to see you. Once again, I love the hair. I told you that before. You know what I'm
Appreciate it.
saying?
Thank
Oh, you know how we do. I don't know if I'm big in the face, if
You're
I'm taking up
fine.
the whole screen. I you could be right in his nostrils. I breathed at you. I seen the smoke signals. And
You good.
but nevertheless, I I thank you for taking time out and coming, stopping in by the Pop's Perspective. And
Absolutely. Absolutely.
hold on, I got somebody trying to text me. You know, they don't call you when you ain't doing nothing,
You know it.
but as
You know
soon as you get on there, and then they text you right after. All right, so
it.
um, so yeah, thank you. So what we do here with the way we do the intro, first and foremost, we give thanks to God because without Him, none of this would be possible. So we praise God that something is said or heard or done that would alter people's lives for the better. That's the three motivational points that the obligation that Pop Stems has. And I'm also thankful to have you here because what we do is we allow people to get an inside view of an individual and in a platform where they may not normally be exposed because then again you never know who's watching in what areas. So it's I think we was talking about that. It's better to instead of uh, compete, collaborate. Because in
Exactly.
competing, instead of trying to outside one another, let's collaborate together and share one another. You know, uh, I can't help but to think of the Godfather syndrome. You know, you got all the nickels and dimes in your pocket. Share the wealth, everybody can eat. But
Facts.
it's true because somebody might be watching your platform and be looking for something that I'm presenting, and vice versa. And
Exactly.
so that cross exposure is always there. And without sounding too biblical, that's why the Israelis went into bondage in Egypt. But anyway, that's a show for another day. Um,
Exactly.
welcome. And then also, we always give shout out to our sponsors. And I'm going to introduce you in a minute. This is just our intro. Our sponsors, Exotic Pops, of
Shout out.
course,
Shout out.
yeah,
Shout out.
Lefty, and Notorious True, I believe. Those of you that are in the building, gotten in the building, shout out to, of course, Lakai Homes with the candles. Cozy Lifestyle, I believe, was in the building. Shout out to them. Jay
Yes, yes.
Reynolds, the voice that you heard on that intro, shout out to them. And there's all of you and you. I used to say my followers, but we changed that up. All of you gemologists,
I like
because
it.
gemologists study gems. So to all the gemologists that took time to seek out those gems and excavate, sometimes you got to dig a little deeper, reach a little higher. But hey,
It's
the more
right.
the struggle, the better the gem. Um, and then now we've reached the part segment where we call him "I'm my brother's keeper." And so what we do is for 10 seconds, we focus our energy on an individual, male or female, that we want some positive energy sent to. And as a collaborative, you don't have to say who, what, when, or where. You just send that energy. If you still send that energy, but collectively, we will subpoena the powers that be to send positivity their way. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it be so, let it be done. All right. Welcome again. This is Pops from Pops Gems, Pops Perspective. We are in transit. Just to bring you up to speed, I know it's been hit and miss. We've jumped over a couple Saturday, a couple Tuesdays and Mondays and fun days, but um, when you keep landing on your feet, you got to keep moving. I was talking to my son through a text, and he was like, "Oh, I'm glad you're bouncing back through this." And I told him, "Well, what other option?" I said, "What choice do I have? Reporting not an option." So it's what you do now. I'm also learning using wisdom, as needs to be applied. Is that you still need to be moderate with time. Don't think rush anything.
Right.
So I am improving slow. I'm hoping another 2 weeks, maybe I'll be able to get back to work because I still can't lift my arm. I have movement of my hands and my wrist and my elbow, but I can't lift my arm on the shoulder. But it's all right.
Baby steps.
Self-sufficient, still
Mm,
cooking, still doing, what I got to do because it's funny how when they say when one part of the body is injured, there's another part of the body that'll share the load in another way. And I've
fact.
always been semi-ambidextrous as far as writing letters. But now it's the thing. I mean, I still cook, making full meals, the whole nine, me. And order
Yeah.
groceries, having them delivered and put it up, And then I don't do that for no accolades because there's some people that don't have a choice but to do that
Mm,
without going too deep. So who am I to complain? I'm just hurt. Some people live like that all day.
that's
You know
real.
what I mean?
That's real.
So that like they said, I used to complain about walking to work until I met a man that didn't have any
Mm,
shoes.
mm.
So
Try no
then I
limit.
stopped complaining. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? But so yep, we're thankful for that. Up and coming things. Oh my God. Ah, and I
What
don't really
happened?
want to get up to go get it. The pen. You got yours?
I I do have it.
Get it for me. Get it for me, please.
One moment.
You can be excused. You
Oh,
can put your camera on blank. For those of you tuning in, this Pops, and we on the Pops Gem Show. We got a good one for you tonight. We're gonna talk about some things, some other things. And those of you coming in, thank you so much. My gemologists, as I say, thank you so much for coming in and sharing your time with us. Trust me, it is duly noted and duly appreciated.
What's good? What's good? This
Yes,
man.
yes. Okay, there we go. All right, now, as you can see, Naebella, hold it up. Oh, Jesus. That is the pit. No, because I got there in the other room. This is Pop's Jim's pit. And I'm glad that she has it. So those of you that can see and those of you coming in, that's the pin that we had made. It glows in the dark. It's exclusive. There's not many left. If you're interested in one, this is the only plug I'm doing for the whole
am
show.
I
If
modeling
you,
this pen for you
you're,
right
you're,
now?
you're
Oh,
doing it. As a matter of fact, it's a segue to the show. You better watch Pops work this thing, girl. Strike a pose with it. I'm just playing.
I'm done with you.
So, So, so I told you I took two. Um,
We
so
here.
anyway,
I'm with it. I'm
so
with you.
so yeah, so we got the pin, and because we was established in 2023, they're $23. If you're interested in getting one, you can go to www.season.shop, allseasons.shop. I posted it on the story. If Season pops in, we'll get him to post it in the chat,
Just put
and
it.
then
Yeah, if you
or you could just inbox me, and I'll tell you how to get you one. And we got hats and shirts coming next. The shirts I've already modeled. If you look on the line, they did them for me for the birthday.
oh
So
look at you.
it's just a logo. Yeah, we just we want to make things for the people. You never know. You might be walking in the airport one day and while you follow Pops, it's a conversation starter. But nevertheless, we have those available memorabilia. I did it for me. I'm just sharing it to you. If you don't like it, I'm still gonna wear mine. So
Respect.
just we keeping it a buck and a 50.
Mm-hmm.
So again, thanks for that. Who else? Talking about exotic pops, talks about cozy lifestyle. Jay Reynolds. I guess that's about it. Oh, B&B doing some great things. The B&B crew is doing some awesome things. They have a diversity of conversation followed up by great musical artists and then other artists in form of mentality and psychology, and it's just a melting pot of conversation. It gets so intense when you got to go to a whole nother platform for one conversation. Y'all talk about something. I'm just saying. But
Understood. Yep.
but
Shout
yeah,
out to
shout out
Jazz,
to them.
Notorious
Yeah,
True,
shout
other
out.
half of
Yeah,
B
the
and B.
other
Yep.
half, Notorious True. Jasmine, I see you in the building. So yeah, shout out to them, and also every now and again Pops jumps in there, and like I said, we had to have some interesting conversations. So I don't know if he's in the building yet, but Jalen, if you in the building, shout out to Jalen. Prime time
Prime
Jay, I
time
know he's coming
Jay.
in. Let me give you your flowers while flowers are due. And yeah, we're just getting y'all joined. And we got the topic of the show tonight is just awesome. Because Pops. Number one, I'm not gonna put nobody on the show that I just met on the corner. This, that, and the other. There's a history of some sorts, and sometimes it don't take long for the roux to make gravy. It don't take long for a French strip to get thick, and especially when the chemicals combine. So with the topic tonight, for those of you that and I see all these names Barbie and all these all these other model pseudonyms and things of that nature. If you ever aspire or if you're thinking about joining in, I just wanted to bring the topic up and just ask some basic life questions about um, the pitfalls, ups and downs, this and that and other from somebody that's going to give it to you straight. So this is like a guest slash documentary. You've heard it first here now in Pop's Gems slash Pop's Perspective documentary day log, captain's log. On the
This will be one of
first
the parts. Yeah.
on the first segment, it was difficult to gaining the truth because there was so much. But
Lot to dig through. Yeah.
with the way media exposes, it's really not with all that it seems.
Hello.
Not all parts. Some parts are better than worse, but nevertheless. But and see, and that's also the example of the chemistry we vibe off one another. So, without further ado, allow me to introduce to some and present to others the better half of the B&B crew. I said it true. Put it in the chat if I had a secretary. Type it in the chat. But no, they work well together. But we have a friend of mine, and when I say friend, we've been friend outside and off of the social network. There was some human friendship in there. Platonic, mind your business. If you don't know, ask your mama. But to coin a phrase from Sherry. But we've grown to love one another. We bounce off of each other's insight. She's a good vibe. She's a wonderful soul. I call her Nay. I introduce you to Naebella. So welcome to Pop's Perspective.
Thank you. That
Yeah.
was a dope
I,
introduction.
I hope they recorded it.
Come
I
on
hope they
now. You about to make
recorded
a whole girl
it.
cry.
It's straight
Go
off
ahead.
the dome. But see, that's when you know it's genuine. You know, you don't have to rehearse when
That's
you
real.
open up the floodgates and just let it go. So, as those of you that are tuning in and you've seen the title, a day in the life of the model, a day in the life of the model, and you know, when you speak of model, and sometimes you were when you're examining or when you're revamping a certain occupation, you'll find that there's so many similarities across the line to other entities that could be applicable. And so, you know, it's not just a segment like they got a TV show called Undercover Boss. The
Mm,
concept is the same, but every company is different. You
mm,
feel me?
mm.
So when you're dealing with modeling, you know, I want to get into as a forefront the behind the scenes, the cutthroat of it all, um, what to be aware of. You know, of course, the good times are always going to be prevalent because if there wasn't enough good times to attract the people, and it was all bad. But of course, and when I say the behind the scenes, there's always on other entities on the jobs when there's competition,
Mm.
and I'll phrase it competition. Some people take it to a higher extreme than others. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, and you've seen it even in entertainment entities such as cheerleading, things of that nature. A lot of
Right.
public entertainment. You'll see it very competitive, very cutthroat, very self-sacrificial at times as well. And we'll get into that. But yeah, I took two. Um,
I got you. I'm with you.
roll
I'm with you.
to the halftime.
I'm
I'm
actually impressed.
seeing
So,
1,400 ball head joint. I see y'all. We in here. So we're going to talk about the life of a model. And so in doing the documentary, of course, you got to do it like a biography. So let's go back. Let's say, let's just for sake of lack of exposing age and that kind, because, you know, you look about 23. I don't want to card you.
23.
And we start talking, be like, yeah, that's made up because ain't nowhere in the world she did. I went through all that. No, 20. Stop that line. Stop that line. But I took two. Um, but we're gonna put this on talk radio.
Ooh,
So,
pretty fun.
but but let's say you go back 10 years, or at the conception of and that's a good phrase. The conception of your desire for modeling. At what era was that in? What would you? How were you drawn into even modeling? What led you to that? Of course, which is a common question, but at what age bracket is what I'm looking at.
Oh, that's actually an amazing question. I was initially drawn to it at the age, I want to say about 9, between 8 and 9. I actually had a fashion show at one of my elementary school. Well, actually, it was a talent show, and then part of the segment would be that it was like a little small fashion show within a talent show. So that's where my love for fashion first came to. Oh, okay, this is nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so in that comes the discovery, and you're 9 years old, so obviously you're with some parental oversight. Did they support your dreams? Did they enhance them? Did they motivate you even more? Did they give you a push? Did they kind of leave hands off, or what was the nag? It's like, you know, there's a fly in the room, and they're just gonna keep messing with you. You see what I'm saying? Until you get up and do something about it. At what point did you go forth to say, okay, I like this, but it's time to make an action move? What was your initial? What was your first gig, as they say?
Ooh.
I told you I got some. I took two.
Yeah, we here. Oh, my first gig didn't come until years
No,
later,
no,
so it was.
no. The first time, and I use consent. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but
Go
the
for it.
first time you ever modeled publicly at any level, if there was more than three people there, type scenario.
9.
Oh, so in
So
the
that
in the
first,
play.
yeah, that first time.
Okay, okay.
Yep, and that
Remember, I took two.
was, like
See,
I
the
said, it
took
was.
two worked both ways.
You're fine. Like I said, and my parents, they didn't really know anything about it. They just knew that they put me in this um, program, and that's what was part of the itinerary. So they didn't really know. I didn't go home and say, "Mommy, Daddy, I like this." It was just, "Oh, this is cool." Put it on the back burner for now, because I didn't know what to do with it. I was 9. Okay, that's
Right, right, right,
nice.
right, right.
Yeah.
Planet
So
seed type scenario. I'm
right.
feeling that. I'm feeling that. Okay, so all right, so we'll call your boy. What was his boy? Back to the Future, and we just shoot forward, and here you are some years later, and you're in a position where you can express yourself, and the desire ignites. At what stage were you when that transpired?
Ooh, as where I was living.
That's on your own type scenario. Was it where it became to the extent of you were pursuing it and to at one point monetize?
Ah, okay.
I could
That
slow down
so
because what I'm trying to get
yeah,
at
you
is
took
okay.
2.
So no, so what I'm trying to say. Okay, so you got back into it. You grew older. Okay, then you kind of depressed, or you was younger and suppressed it. Then as you grew older and you started doing it again. As that grew older, what point were you there? What ignited you to say, hey, I remember when I was okay, I want to do it again?
So that was actually sparked from another passion of mine, which was acting. So acting is what sparked modeling.
Okay.
Because I didn't know how to get into the door of modeling um, until I met who's now my fashion director. Shout out to Wendell, love you, bro. He was one of the judging panels for an acting audition that I was going to. So that was my first interaction with meeting someone to be able to open that door for me. Um,
Okay.
and that was the answer. It would have to go. The question would have to be, where did acting spark back up for you? And that
Okay.
was yeah. So that would have been.
So it's a dual passion,
Yes, it
acting
is.
slash
It's
dancing.
very
So, okay.
complex and
So
intertwined. It's crazy.
okay. Because
Yeah.
either one has its own language, but it serves under the same purpose. I mean, still waters run deep. I'm with you. All right. Okay. Best believe. So okay. So then here you are now, and let's say you're in the adulthood to where you're under hire, or you're it's not a it's grown folk now. You
Hmm.
feel me? And there's numbers of different people that you're interacting with, and so is it the vibe, everybody positive all the way across, or do you experience certain levels of competition, certain click type,
Mm,
you know?
yeah,
Uh,
I understand that question. What I love is that the program that um, I was connected to and the people that I met, I did not have to deal with any of that negative type situations. But when going outward of working in other areas, I can see, okay, the situation was out there, but it wasn't anything that I was a part of, if that
okay.
makes sense. But I seen it. It was out
Oh
there.
yeah, yeah,
You,
yeah. And
yeah.
like I said, that's like any other entity.
Hmm.
Just because it hasn't affected your area don't mean it can and it won't.
Right.
It's just how the importance, and sidebar, but the importance in that is for one to stay on their head on the swivel, use the spirit of discernment, and know how to see that coming before it's coming. And
Right.
then that way you know that I ain't got nothing to do. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't got nothing to do with that. And I used to say it's up north. That's up north because, from New York, it was like, hey, if it don't involve your peoples, your monies, none of that, but your name on it, keep it moving. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't heard nothing. You don't
I
know nothing. I
posted
got
that
my
the other
I got
day.
my own life to
What that
live.
got to do with me?
But
Yes.
that's a dinosauric phrase, and people can say it, but the honor in it is far gone with that. I mean,
Yeah.
but such is life. You got to learn, and that's why I say you got to learn how to adapt. When you put people in an environment that at one point they're going to turn on one another. You
Mm.
can't. It shouldn't be a surprise or an what is it, expectation. It should be more of a patience to a manifestation. It's an experiment. Why you think they call them projects?
Right.
But anyway, so
Exactly. I'm with you.
so now here you are, and you're taking on gigs. Um, how was that? How was your first audition to a monetized? Oh, girl, you get a good check.
Oh,
Your name
wow. That.
gonna be on a check.
Oh, well, when the first one came in the mail, I did like a whole selfie post. I was excited. I was like, "Oh, okay, this is real. Oh, I can really do
oh,
this.
we
Okay."
we wasn't
We
playing.
was not playing, right? It was a dope feeling to be able to do something. Well, to be able to get paid for something that you love to do.
Okay,
Because I saw that now as a bonus. Because
right, right, right,
I
right,
already
right, right.
loved doing it. I was always taught that if you love what you do, you won't consider it work. So
Okay, look,
that's just
you,
bonus, if
you
that makes sense.
you can only snatch up about 3 or 4 more of my gems, and then I'm gonna have to start taxing
Oh,
you.
oh,
Okay. No, but it's true because I did the show. Work is a 4-letter word. When you love what you do, it's not work. It doesn't tax you. It doesn't bore you.
mhm,
And at point where you have the intellect to compensate, but it's not for compensation. That's a plus.
mm,
You know what
right,
I'm saying? But that's the alternative. I mean, that's the motive, but that's not the driving factor because
right,
you're just getting an opportunity. Plus, sometimes you give a seed, and you take a cut here, a cut there, but in the long run, your exposure brings it back 100-fold.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
And you got to so it's just a common law of reciprocity. You know what I'm saying? You reap what you
There you go.
sow.
Oh, you put in
If
the
you
work,
plant
you're
if
gonna
you
get it
plant
back.
an apple seed, you're gonna get apple tree back. And so if you don't plant, then when it's time to reap, your harvest is gonna be small. You can't blame nobody. You can't expect for people to do for you, and you ain't there for nobody. That's the law I live
Exactly,
by. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? That's how I feel. So, but all right. So now you're in the groove. Now, what do you do? Do you have an agent? Are you self promoted? Or wait, stop, skirt.
Yep.
I skipped the whole volume. Let me go back. I took two. So
I took
what
two.
what line of modeling are you in? And then I'll segue to the other one. But write it down and remember because I took two.
You good? You good? So surprisingly, because I surprised myself, I am in high fashion runway, and I didn't think that I could do that because growing up, all I saw was, no disrespect, but what I saw was skinny models, size zero. Your girl's not that. I was size zero. Now I was slim, but I had curves as opposed to where what was walking on
Mhm.
the stage didn't. So I kind of crossed myself out. So I didn't think I would be able to do that. So that was another reason why I didn't even go on that path. That's why I kind of, like I said, I didn't know what to do with it. It's okay. I'm only 5'1". Models were required to be five, I want to say 7, 8 and up.
and
So
then being thick,
you see
on
what I'm
top of
saying?
that. So I'm feeling you. I'm feeling
Three
you. But
stripes
had
you
they
up,
known,
man. Hang it
look,
up.
what they rejected, they paying for now.
Exactly. Exactly.
One a complete full circle. What they first turned down, they paying
Love
for it now.
love to see it.
See,
Um, and another thing is that they're paying to look like us anyway. Didn't didn't want to go there, but I'm gonna call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? With women of our color, they
They want you to look good, but not as good as them. And if you do, they're gonna take it from you.
There you have it. So, um, so the type of modeling that I do is runway,
Okay.
high fashion. I do print work, um, and magazines.
Have you ever thought of modeling like the specific facial makeup, glasses, earrings? Your hands look pretty nice. Done, in that form of not just complete modeling, but aspects of modeling. You get what I'm saying? Like a
Yeah,
makeup, facial, where they say, "Oh, you have the face for it."
I would love to work with Fenty. I love her Rihanna stuff. I would love to work with her. Um, right now, I work with a dope sunglasses Sparks. Shout out to her. Love her products. Um, who else? Who else? It's a lot to name. A lot.
And just say I like to do it.
Just say I like to do it. I Yeah, it's a lot. But at the top, I'll say Fenty, Sparks.
And that being, here comes the spotlight. Technology at its best. So that being said, what are you actively doing to pursue that? And if not, what's hindering you?
Oh, um, don't
Sorry.
no, don't love it. Well, I'm working with Sparks now. We just did shout out to Bess. We just did a commercial, reel for her sunglasses that
The
is coming
summertime
out.
one?
Yeah, summertime. We just did
Yeah, I
that, so that was
posted
dope.
that. I seen that. That was pretty
Exactly.
cool.
Shout out to
Go,
Sparks
go
and
to
Bess.
tape right quick. Camera? No, I'm just playing. I took two. I took
You
two.
good. You
And
good.
you lead too. Like, what? Wait.
This bro
How
took
many
two.
did
So
you have? No. Um,
and
but
Fenty,
yeah, I
I'm
seen
still
that. That was
working with her.
cool.
I'm still working on trying to get to that. That's like I don't know. Pray for me. I
Oh,
probably run into her.
and that got when I posted, I think it got over 82 views.
Dope.
Yeah, that thing it did
That's
its
love.
thizzle. It did
Shout
its
out. Thank you guys.
thizzle.
Appreciate
So
it.
yeah. So okay. So now you say you're working with your company. Is that an agency or is that this slash manager? Not demeaning either of the two, or is it like a group of networking people that share things to one another?
Okay, so no, I am not signed. I am free, is what they call freelance right now. How I feel with no disrespect, just for where I am in my life, the whole the contract and under being under agency, I feel that may restrict me of working with others that I may want to work with, if that makes sense. So
Shackles on my feet. I'm sorry. Yes, go ahead.
I'd rather be freelance, be able to work with whoever I want to work with at this moment.
I want
You know what I'm saying?
to
Because I don't
be free.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. I don't.
and that's again, that's one of the tools that when we talked about diversity and we talked about competition, that's one of the tools that they use as well. So, it's like they want to own you. And then, well, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but then
No, you on
the
point.
the compensation that you're not held at value, promise value. But
You on point.
after said is done, you could do better on your
Mm-hmm.
own. And it's washed up with under the auspices of, well, look what we've done for you. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have had that.
Exactly.
Uh, I don't know.
No,
I'm just throwing,
you
I'm
right
throwing
on the
stones
money.
out there. I took two,
You
and
good. We rolling. You good.
so, but it's sad because, and it's not. I guess we're doing. It's like, what is it, Jeopardy, when they give you the answer and then you get the question. It's sad because it speaks to those that are spectating as to the pursuit motivation, and it can diminish any aspirations of certain people.
Mm.
So that's why, it's hard to really expose the networking contractual control because it can scare people that are good people off and never want to do anything.
This is
And there's a lot of talent. There's a lot of talent that is lost, and a lot of undiscovered talent. And I say that as it bleeds over again. I'm from New York, and basketball was a thing, and there's so many. They talk about all these people in the NBA, this, that, and the third. But come down to my block on a Saturday afternoon.
mm-hmm.
You'll see some ball players
Oh yeah,
that
I
that was
believe it.
playing ball, but they was just the undiscovered, or because of this, that, or the other, they didn't have that opportunity. But how cutthroat is getting positions,
Um, it depends on who you work with.
right?
You know what I mean? Um, some designers are when they go to when what they're looking for. If you don't have exactly what they're looking for, um, then it is what it is. And that's okay because it's the designer's vision. So how I look at it, you shouldn't go in, even if you feel that you're the best, you think you're the best, which is cool, think highly of yourself. But I feel that a lot of models, sometimes what I've seen is that they would get an attitude or, be like, well, whatever, the designer didn't pick me for whatever reason because they didn't like me. It was like, no, it may not have anything to do with you.
And thus comes the maturity that separates the ones that are going to make it and the ones that are not. Um,
Exactly. Exactly.
and that's why it's I read I posted an article that said that a man was saved by his friends' belief that they tore up the roof and brought him or something like that. It's in Second Peter, something like that. But it was the circle. When you got people that are willing to take you and put you in where your element can shine the best. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? And those are the kind of people that you want surrounding you. You don't want people that are going to be pulling out the strings so that you can fall.
Exactly.
And so that's why I mean when you surround yourself. So what has your and I'm coming as we flowing. What has been one of your biggest dreams that you actually see come to pass thus far in your modeling career? Like I want to do this, and then you see yourself doing it, and you're like, oh my God, I'm
Oh,
doing
oh
it.
gosh, a few times. New York Fashion Week. That was a
Okay.
dope experience.
And what was that? Elaborate. What was the New York Fashion Week?
I went in 2022. Actually, I did not know that the program that I signed up with had a competition along with walking for the other designers. So I'm like, okay, competition, and here's the what you were saying earlier about there's competition, real competition as well as competition between people, um, in
Mm-hmm,
a sense. And I'm thinking, okay, this is my first time to New York Fashion Week, and I had done probably like 10 fashion shows, and I didn't think that I was ready at all because I was like, okay, yeah, we're here. So craziest thing happened. I made first place runner up in the competition. So, which I thought was dope. It was a dream come true because here I am, didn't think that I could do it. Because one,
right,
I'm
right,
out
right.
here 5'1", you know, short, dark skin, like, and I'm in New York Fashion Week, and it's
Okay.
dope because I'm back home doing it. I came back home to fulfill a dream, which I think was dope. Second one, Mexico. I've been to Mexico. Uh, done a fashion show in Mexico and
What
got
part?
published. Cabos, Los
Cabo
Cabos.
St. Lucas or something?
Yes, yes,
True in the
dope, good
building.
time.
The other half of the B in the big
Yo,
group.
yo, what's poppin'? Yes, that was dope. That was amazing experience. Um,
Seasons, I see you.
Shout out. What else? What's another? Crap. A few
What happened?
things. Actually, I don't want to speak that out yet. Um, but yeah, so New York Fashion Week, Mexico, and been published as a creative set designer, which is a new hat for me, which was dope.
Okay.
That was amazing. Shout
Okay.
out.
So let's
So
segue
yeah,
off of, because I know that I see you skipped around the one question, which is cool. But so so let me ask you this: in so being acknowledged with your diversity of talents, have you considered and or have been approached as to now reciprocating that in form of teaching, producing, directing, writing, anything along those lines, where your ideas implement something to do with that entity that's being created?
I have, I have, and I'm gonna be honest, I am terrified of it.
What?
Because
Oh, oh,
I think I'm
I
still
think I
learning.
know
I'm like,
why.
wait a
Yeah,
minute,
yeah.
I'm still learning some things. Don't think I have anything to teach yet. And so that's why when you even asked me for the interview, I'm like, wait, hold on, what would I talk about? I haven't got that far yet, but I'm just letting you know
But
what
you
we're
know
talking
what?
about.
This the same record you played not too long ago.
It's
And look
true.
at you now. And look at you now. Come on, don't make me. I got the window open. Don't make me turn the light on. But
Shut
no.
up.
See, even now, I mean, because you never stop learning. You never know it all. So whenever you're I think it's more of a intimidation, not a fear, but intimidation of misrepresentation, uh, and or accountability, because when you're teaching somebody, you're held accountable when you say, because they're looking at
Exactly.
you're their source, and you tell them, okay, this is how you do it, and then the byproduct is what you've told them, so you're intimidated and you don't want to give any misinformation because you're still learning.
Exactly.
And so, yeah, I mean, are y'all recording this? I took two. Denmark, I
You
see
said
you,
to
B.
do. I'm
I
here
see
with
you. I
it.
see you. Um, Juan, we're talking about the role, a day in the life of a model. This is Naebella, and I say that Juan because Juan is a good friend of mine. Juan and I went to preschool together. I mean, not preschool, elementary school together.
Dope.
Elementary school together. So, good friend of mine, and our fathers were real good friends and things of that nature. But another man of wisdom, and he oftentimes comes in and shares that with us from time to time. So, shout out to my boy Juan.
Yeah.
Um, so when it's again, I think if you roll back the tape, when you're dealing with modeling, and you can apply this all across the board, because what how in pursuing your passion, of course, or is it and I'm not trying to dig in your business, but at one point you had to fund modeling until it can help fund you. Am I correct?
This is true. Yeah.
You know, in terms of, not that you was doing it for free, but by the time the gas, the hotel, the this, the that, the other, the time, and there was sometimes you did have to sacrifice monetary compensation, all that, but in the end, do you feel it paid off?
For where I am right now, yes. I would say the journey that I took, yes, I do feel that it did pay off. Yeah, because if I didn't do any of those things, I wouldn't be where I am today. I would have learned, what I've learned now to be able to apply it in future projects or what have you. So, yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. Speaking of that, what else? What other fields? Of course, we know you, but like we said, you have the second half of B&B host that comes on Tuesday nights. And what else do you do outside of that? What if I could say, what's your bread and butter, or is modeling your bread and butter? I'm being nosy. You can
Uh,
pass.
you
You
took
can
two,
plead
right?
the fifth.
Um, yeah, I got you. Modeling, acting,
or
writing.
or yeah, I guess it could be say what are your sources of income are you solely based on? Because and there's nothing wrong with that. Like for over 20 years, I was customer service, but my place of interest was sales because I
Gotcha.
was good at it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't start out being good at it, but I've had shout out to a lot of people, some great teachers, and of course, life is a great teacher within its own self.
Mm-hmm.
And it just got to a point where and even in that, I was asked to train people, and that's why I could relate with the thing. Like, but I'm still learning how to do it. And you want me to tell them how to do it, and if they don't do it right, how it's gonna look on me? And these people paid for me to go to Mexico
Mm.
and put me up.
Oh,
But my concern wasn't that. My concern was getting back from Mexico because one, the pops can't climb no walls.
wow.
But no, seriously, I went over there. But after a while, I got tired of sales. So now I still want to do customer service, but it's like shifted in the equation that I could think of is okay, I got modeling and I got acting, but if I really had my choice of the two, and so I posed a question: if you had to choose between modeling and acting, which would you what is that default to? Of course, we know you can do both, and sometimes they're intertwined. Especially if you're doing a Medea movie, you got to act, dance, sing, break dance.
I can't choose. They're like Siamese twins. They or the twins with one body and two heads. They come together. I couldn't pull one away from the other, if that makes sense.
So I guess then in your search and in your quest for specific roles, it can ask for one, but it's going to get the other either way, and vice versa. And then you look for some that asks for both.
Facts. Play smarter, not harder. Or work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, you give
That's
them make room
versatile.
for it. You give them make room for it. Okay. Um. Well, we got about 6 minutes out,
This
but
was fun.
it was a gas. I mean, and I only took two. But
And you survived. You got
but
through.
let me ask you this as we get ready to wrap it up. So you got first any children?
No kids,
Okay,
which
no
makes this
kids,
journey
no
a
kids.
bit
Gentlemen,
easier.
is it okay? And now we're prying. So is your pursuit of relationship? You're working your passion, or are you open to um, human? Come on now. If somebody was to ask you, do you have, are you in a relationship?
I
Are
am
you
single.
okay? Fellas, take points. Look, 12 viewers just joined right now.
I'm done with you.
But so, and I say that to say because even that a relationship, and it doesn't have to be necessarily a person. It can be something that you're committed to. A child could be a relationship. You know what I'm
True.
saying? Sometimes even an animal. I mean, I'm assuming, and because I know you have a dog, and
I
sometimes
am.
that's a relationship that would definitely take somewhat of a precedence. But so here you're driving in, and you're moving, and if you met somebody that came to you and said, "Well, hey, Nate, I want to do what you're doing," what would you tell them? Would you give them all the hard knocks and what you went through, or would you encourage them to in what format? I don't want to give you the answer.
Got
A say A and B.
first, I would pose them a question first. I would ask them if they're serious, and
Right,
I would ask that because if not, I don't waste my time,
right,
and I don't want to waste
all
yours.
right.
So, any information or connections that I would be able to bring that person's way, I will want to make sure that all parties are benefiting from it. So first, what and if they say I'm serious, this is something I want to do,
Mhm.
um just get them in contact with, people that I actually, work with, and go from there, because that's where I learned from. People are asking me, to be able to, start doing that on my own, to where, instead of sending them our way, teach them. So I'm like,
Mhm.
mm,
Well, that kind of segues into if you were given an opportunity, and I'm going to pose it that way, because desires and wishes and stuff can oftentimes be misconstrued. But if you was given an opportunity to have women come in, I don't know what they call it, and I'm ashamed to say it. Of course, how they used to do in New York, when they went to that one famous dance school. You still with me? Kind of froze. You spinning, spinning. Stop spinning. Come on. Oh, Lord. Let me see if we can get it back. Stay with me. Get you in here. Okay. All right. Well, we was talking with Naebella. I'm waiting for her to jump back in. But yeah, sometimes you get to a point where what you do it so much from the heart, and you want to help people, and it's recognized, and they want that to sow in. That within itself can create, and it's not all about money, but I'm saying it can put you in a position. Yeah, I know it can put you in a position that you could put you in a position that hold on, I'm trying to send her an invite. Just put you in a position that's not good, and it's just crazy. Oh my, there we go. Your heart got to be in it, in whatever it is that you do. And some people, they don't. What I wanted to ask her before she left, and I'm hoping she gets back in here. We're gonna give it a minute or two more. We still got a couple of minutes. But when when opportunities, and I believe that scenario where something's offered to you, and you got to kind of step out of your comfort zone. That's a test of your confidence and your belief in that in you. Because if it's something that you want to do, but when the time that it comes, it presents itself, and then you find yourself second guessing yourself, then you got a question, say, wait, I thought this is what I wanted. I'm just saying, so that can always be a factor. So here I'm giving her one chance to come back in. Nay, are you back in? No. All right. Caesars, if you in here, post in the chat your website so they can go and see about the pins and some other stuff that you have available. I did talk about you earlier in the beginning of the show. Let's see, I'm trying to. There we go. Can you hear me now?
yes.
Okay, so I was like, damn, I took two. but um, but what I was saying was that, sometimes you get to the point where even though you can do it, and it is, so we're talking about teaching people and getting compensated to where that's a whole different direction of your. It could be a whole category of your different category of your passion. I mean, it's there, but You may not want to just, I don't want to just teach people. I want to get out there and dance. I want to get out there and model. I want to get out there and do this. I want to get out there and do that. And, sometimes if you can't do both, um, then that's where it becomes tedious. But, it all depends on how, uh, well, or let me just flip that into a question. How do you deal with that?
I step back from it. I'm so honest, and I'm still working with that. But yeah, I quickly step to the back. And every times where I'll be in a rehearsal setting, Naebella, come up and demonstrate this. I'm in the back. I am learning with the rest of y'all. What are you doing? just just being honest. So
Well, that's great. So, all right, in closing, what direction would you give somebody to all that they made up in their mind is what they want to do, and so now, um, of course, what would you tell them? Would you tell them, but hey, would you at that point naturally want to give them insight to certain things and kind of take it upon yourself? Because I mean, they did come to you and ask you about this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Or would you refrain and let them kind of off, seek it from you? Because I'll be honest, there's been times that people ask me, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, and I'm like, well, okay. Did you consider doing that? And it's gonna be doing this, and this is gonna take that, and it ain't gonna be easy. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just letting you know up front, what you may encounter. Some people don't
that's
want to
true.
hear that. You know what I'm saying? But some people, or some people don't want to offer it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Oh no, some people don't want it offered unto them. So as somebody that has that wisdom, you have to be careful who you say, hey, yeah, great, hey, but just look out, and you're saying it in a helpful kind of way, and with all
right,
all the right tone. When I'm talking about how you said it, whatever your implication was received as a friendly suggestion, but they may have been interpreted as to say, so you just got to be careful. I guess that goes back to keep your circle tight, um,
exactly.
and know who you can let in. Anything you want to say before we get out of here? Now look, we get ready to go, and a whole bunch of people want to start joining in. We have the Spanish version coming up. Para ustedes que chuparon un poquito tarde, vamos a decirte lo que estamos pasando de los moles.
Telemundo. That's all I know.
Naebella. Dice Naebella. Dice Naebella, órale Naebella. No, that's
I'm done
novella,
with you.
bum. That's a show. That's a soap opera. Silly rabbit. But so where can they find you here? Are you currently on a play? Are you doing a stage play? Would you love to? Let me throw that in. I'm sorry. Would you do stage play? Would you do live theater?
Oh, I've done it. I've done it before. Yes.
Really? What?
Yeah, a few
Like a
times.
Medea type show. Who's the biggest? See now I'm sorry. We're gonna have to. Due to technical difficulties, we've now extended the show to 15 minutes. Thank you. Give me back what you stole, bitch. Fuck you, IG. I said it loud. So
You took two. It's
some
good.
of what are some of the peoples that you work with that caliber, and somebody just made you say, wow, I'm working with this motherfucker. What do I do?
Shout out to Jeremiah Anderson, dope, talented director. It's crazy and playwright that you say Tyler Perry, because I feel, and a lot of other people could vouch for this, that he is the next Tyler Perry. Like, well, he is the Orlando area Tyler Perry. I've done a few shows with him, and what I loved about his production is that he actually he took some movies and turned them into plays. Sister Act 2 being one of them.
Oh
Set
wow,
it off.
not set it off.
Yes, I was actually TT. I was TT and set it off.
No, yeah, you
Stage
tell
play.
yeah,
Yeah.
you give TT vibes. TT, I got
Showtime. Oh, my favorite. Best was in this. Best actually played Snoop Dogg. We did Friday live on stage.
Wow.
The movie we did. The movie. Yes.
You gotta send me them clips. See now, look. Now, Pop goes. It's time to get out the spanking. Wait, what's it? Where my
We gotta get up out of here,
invite? How
Pop.
come I ain't know about none of
We
this?
got.
Look, I can get
What
there.
you mean?
You just gotta let me know early. I can be in before y'all do. I got a handicap sign. Leave me alone. Black people,
That's another
all
story
black
for
people
another
lives
day,
matter.
bro.
All black people lives matter. Remember that. But that's good. So yeah, and I was trying to. I invited him in, but he don't want to come in. He always hiding. True, because I wanted to pose him a couple of questions from the male persuasion, the male perspective. But
Got
thank you for
you.
those that stood in the chat. Those of you coming in, we was talking about um, a day in the life of a model. Um, what are your aspirations? You see yourself in big theater, big film, next to the next wave of greats?
Oh,
Because and
absolutely.
and that would segue. Who was the most famous person you've ever worked with?
Oh, absolutely. To the first question, most famous person I ever worked with. Oh, I've worked on their set. I didn't get the chance to actually meet them, and I get it because
We went to the same
they were
restaurant.
busy.
That don't
One
count, baby. I'm sorry.
you took two.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
um, Issa Rae, dope individual. Rap shit. That
No
was a dope.
way.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Chanel.
Um, Oprah Winfrey's own David Makes Man season 2. That was a fun project. Um, who else big? Right now, those are my like top two. My
So
top.
who would you want to? I mean, if you, in past, time, present, dead, burned, transitioned, still here, not born yet, whatever the hell you want to put it.
Not
Who,
born
if
yet.
you
Like,
could work with anybody, who would that be?
ooh, I want to work with Taraji. I would love to work with Taraji.
Yeah, yeah, she's
Yes.
wow.
Um, no question. Um, Goodness gracious, Megan Good. I like her vibe. I would love
I
to work with Megan.
Megan got a wide scope of. I mean, she has her role. A lot of her role has a lot of similarities, but I've seen her in movies I wouldn't have expected to see her in.
This is
When
true, and
she played
yeah,
that Video
Megan too.
Vixen movie, did you see that one?
Which one?
The Video Vixen.
I
She
gotta look
played
that
a
one up.
video girl. I don't know if that's the name of it, but put Megan Good Video Girl movie.
Okay,
And matter of fact, and so, but anyway, she was in the movie, and she she was doing modeling or something like that, and uh, that didn't work out. So she went to Video Vixen,
okay,
and in the video girl movie. It was called Video Girl. It came out in 2011, and a small
okay.
town girl who has big dreams of becoming a dancer. She becomes a dancer in the hip hop video world, but she learns the hard way that life in front of a camera is not as glamorous as it seems. Without telling too much, she succumbs to the glamorous and the prestigiousness and the party when she transitioned into
Mm.
the position, and it got to the effect that it had a reverse effect on her. But just her diversity in roles from Deliver Us from Eva.
Oh yeah, that was a funny one.
See what I'm
Right?
saying? It's Pop,
Yeah.
now come on now, Pops knows movies. You know all the DVDs I got. You know I got no more movies. But so yeah, that's good. That's good. So
And that's just
uh,
you. Like it's a lot of people.
what do
You said two
you
times.
what do you think? What do you think controls? or is it easier? I mean, what's how to phrase it? There's so many different roles. There's so many different opportunities. Do you feel that there's enough to go around, or is there still a segregation of any type? And I say that to say, because it doesn't necessarily have to be color. It could be gender. It could be physical. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're great for the movie, but you're not tall enough. You're not short enough. You're not. You know what I'm saying?
I would put it like I'll put it like this. There should be enough to go around, but how society is like moving, it doesn't look like it, if that makes sense. But I'm appreciative of, those that are making way for it to be enough to go around. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So that's how I feel about it.
Hmm. Excuse me, y'all. I only got one hand. I took two though.
You can.
Um. So. So. All right. So. Nay, of course, we love you to the moon and back. Whatever we can do to help you, if you could do any stage plays. Yeah, I like them. I don't know. I like to see it live in a living color, type
I
scenario.
did that
Of
too.
course,
I did one of those segments. I
and
was
then of
Juanita
course. Oh,
Barney.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
okay,
was funny too.
okay. Okay. Now, do you have a portfolio? Where can people go to see this?
Um, yes, IG and
Put it in the
well,
chat. Pin it. Pin it.
pin it,
Pin
pin
it.
it, pin it, pin it, pin it. Naebella underscore 816. Um, Also a lot of my work is on TikTok as well, and I'll pin that too.
And so you're the one stop shopping. You do editing. You do your own filming. You do your own
Yeah,
this. Your own that. Your own modeling. Your own camera. Your own and is it's sometimes because I do all of my graphics and I do everything, but sometimes it's not that I don't have the assistance. It's more so, and not that I want to have control of the assistance. I just know what I want.
understood.
And so when it comes, I go by this. For those that you can ask any of them that's been following and joining in, listen to what they say. Don't give a fuck about what they think. So take all perspectives. But if you don't choose their way, don't worry about it. Because there's always going to be backlash. Because first and foremost, not everybody not every rock that's thrown is thrown in good measure. Not every gesture that's done is done as a good gesture. You feel me? People do things to try to condition other people to be in a position where they can profit from it. So in other words, I'm only going to do this because in the long run, I'm going to do this. So, all right, y'all see her posting in there, Naebella underscore 816 IG and TikTok, and Naebella Hilton.
Do TikTok
Two
account.
TikTok. All right, one good container she got to get two.
Well,
See?
I think I have
Nay,
10.
nay. You took
Yes,
two. You
I
took
think I
two.
have 10K on one account, and then I think 2K on the
you,
other
you,
account. So
you took two.
what did you say?
I said you took two.
No, I
You
didn't say two. I said I have.
had two accounts. You missed it. Over your head. It's gone. Get a drink of water. But
Yeah, I need.
okay, so they can go there. They can see you, and
Yeah,
in those places, that's like a library of stuff that you've done, right? If they
yeah,
signed you up there and wanted you to play Pam in the new stage play of Martin, would you do it?
that would be dope. I would
I
that
see that.
I
I
would
see
that would
that
be
in
dope.
you. I see that in you. But again, I know you. The diversity. It's been a blast. I can go on. For me, we can go on. We can talk all night till we. It's just another one.
That's
Much, much
for sure.
prosperity to you. Much love, much peace. Show them the pin one more time
Got
for
you.
those of you that are
Pin.
just tapping
Hold on one
in.
second.
And if I owe you a pin because of the pin giveaway, Bear with me. We're in transition.
Where's my
I'm
drum?
working with one hand.
Hold on.
That's not making an excuse, but it's just telling the stone cold facts. Um, Hats
What I do
and
to
t-shirts are
it?
coming.
I think I lost it.
I don't know. You had it before you lost it.
I think I lost it.
You was right there with it.
I know. I don't know what happened. Hocus pocus. Oh wait, I found it.
See, she didn't lose it. She misplaced it. All right. And as we entered into the show with our modeling, as we exit
I am
out,
so done with you. Before you got me up here modeling this pen. You got me modeling this doggone pen.
notice now the item that she
What
holds
is
in
this,
her hand
Vanna
ever so
Black?
gently. It's
What am I, Vanna Black?
no Vanna
You know
Auburn kind of.
what?
But hey, for those of you,
No,
look, we
this is
love the
dope.
support. We got some hats coming out with the embroidered logo in the side, and then gemologist on the back. And the t-shirts will have the logo in the front and gemologist on the back. Love somebody. I know it's Monday, it's the start of the week, but can you believe that we already halfway through to 2020 and Cinco? You feel me? It's
Yeah.
not a scary thing. It's I oftentimes go, and as we segue out of here, I try to break it up into every 3 months, and I set all the targets that I want to hit. But I don't wait. Every 3 months, I'm checking where I'm at, what I'm going to throw away, what I'm going to keep pushing for. You know what I'm saying? And it's a structured itemization of your life, but you can't be in control if you lose control.
Hmm. Make
So
sense.
and you got sometimes you got to lose control to be in control and not let things that unnecessarily, you come to a point when you're a realist. You don't beat a dead horse, as they say, all the cliches. Find out what's important in life and know that, okay, these are adjustments I got to make to accomplish the things that I want to do to enjoy my life. And if that's even on the daily structure, if you say, you know what, today I'm going to eat me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. If that's what your goal is, then damn it, do that if that's going to bring you satisfaction, because every victory adds up. And so that's the advice I give. If you're inspired to be a model girl, an actress, whatever, just remember some pops for some tickets. It don't even have to be a +1. It can just be a me. You know what I mean?
That feel you.
And we got to get together. Where can they see you other than that? We talked about B&B. Plug B&B before we go.
Yes, yes. So tomorrow night, Bess and I will be back at 8:30 p.m. Blunts and Bonnets. We have artist spotlight. Tomorrow, artist is Black the Shooter. So stay tuned for that. Again, tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time.
All
Uh,
right. All right.
yeah, you find me up here floating around, goofing off. I am goofy, y'all. So y'all look at my story. I'm up there cracking jokes. So get your
Well,
seven buckles on me.
it's always a pleasure. Like I told you before, we got to get together, hang out sooner than later. Um, y'all, for those of you who get a chance, just go and support her. A very talented young lady. Thank you so much for sharing yourself, your secrets, your time, your passions, and all of those things with us. Letting us peek into your closet of life. Much blessings and prosperity to you. Anytime you want to come on, just give us a holler. You always have a welcome seat here on Pop's Gems. For those of you following and caught up later, what have you, catch the replay until next time. Tomorrow, also, and I know I call on your life, but I want your consultation on the topic of, can you have a successful relationship when your spouse has a best friend of the opposite sex?
Good question.
So I want you to give you a consultation on that, and of course, because your bestie
Mm-hmm.
is a male, and so
Mm-hmm.
that way I want it. So I'm not talking too much. I can say that I know that much. Y'all don't know. If you know, you know. But just to give a consultation on, what boundaries, where you at, how would you approach it, what would be the weight and the balance thereof. And I want to get some people on the show. So we tackle some good items.
Dope
Other than that, much blessing. Thank you so much. I'm going to chop this thing up and put it back on. For those of you that tuned in late, watch it. There's a part 1 and a part 2. As always, thank you, IG. Thank you, IG. You're number 1 with me. You know, numero uno, baby. Till next week, y'all. This Pops. I'm out of here. Love on somebody.